This is the NateChrony setup screen. So at the very, very top, you can actually have a look at your current shot results, speed and power. You've got, this is where you define the comment. So we can see we've got the currently configured comment, NateChrony demo. We can change that. Press set, and that will set the comment for the testing session on all the other pages. So you can configure the pellet weight in either grains or grams. So we want to change that to 14 grains. There it is there, and it automatically converts it in grams. If you do prefer to work in grams, you can also set it in grams and it will display it in grains. Here we've got the voice. This is an interesting feature. Some devices do have a bit of a challenge, specifically Apple can have an issues with this. You can read out the speed, you can read out the power, you can read out both speed and power when you take a shot, or you can turn it off. If your device does have some issues, as per it's advised here, click the clear shots button on the shoot page. Your voice isn't working, and also check that you've actually got the sound turned on. Apple devices need you to click something before it plays any sound. So that's why we've had to put that little workaround there. It's a requirement of some version of some Apple products typically. Also note that it will read out both the speed and the power, which does take time. So if you have it turned on, you're going to have to shoot a little bit slower perhaps. You can display your results in metric or imperial. That will automatically change everything on all of the different screens. So we can see it's metric. So we've got grams, meters a second, joules. Everything else is automatically converted to meters a second and joules of your existing results. And we've got the software update, so we can now update the software remotely. If you do want to update the software, you connect to an existing Wi-Fi network. We will provide you a code. You type that code in, it'll go through, do a reset, do an update, and you'll have the new software versions. The speed adjust, this is an interesting odd one. The NateChrony is calibrated from a set of master chronographs which have been certified. We're currently, as far as I know, the only chronograph on the market that actually is calibrated. We are live shot calibrated. That means we actually shoot through every single chronograph and perform a calibration exercise from our master certified chronographs. If for some reason you want to make it read faster or slower, for example, if you go to a competition and a referee or the officials have a specific chronograph which is reading different from the NateChrony, you can make the NateChrony read faster or slower here. Each one increment up or down will be 1 foot per second at 1,000. At 500 feet per second, it'll be half a feet per second. So that'll just make you match an existing chronograph. You should not really need to touch this. As I said before, the NateChrony, every single NateChrony is certified from a set of master chronographs, which have been independently lab certified from the National Measurements Institute. So the NateChrony is probably the most accurate chronograph, and you shouldn't need to touch that from its default of 500. That is the NateChrony setup screen.